the Pod Network Entertainment.
The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program are the speaker's own. The material and information presented here is for general information and entertainment purposes only. This program might include strong images or language and may not be suitable for all audiences. This podcast was mainly created for fun and entertainment, and because we're the only podcast that has a big enough bravado to talk about all these. Viewer discretion is advised.
So I was listening to, I was driving earlier today, and it's like I was just, I have my Spotify, playlist playing in the car. And I forgot about this song a whole lot, and I was, just jamming with this song, and feels like I haven't listened to it in such a whole while, and then I figured out, this is such an awesome song, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of people won't like the song. But then, I kind of figures, it is what it is, to each its own and stuff. But I thought of a topic where maybe we can talk about it really briefly. Maybe we can have, a K-pop song and a non-K-pop song.
Okay.
And my question is, what's your guilty pleasure song? So, for context, my guilty pleasure song that's non-K-pop, the one that I listened to earlier, came from Haley Steinfeld. Do you know her?
Yeah, I love her music.
Yeah. Capital Letters from 50 Shades Freed is one, a lot of people will not like that song. But I listened to it earlier and I was just jamming with it. I was so happy listening to it. So that's my guilty pleasure, the things like that where it's kind of sensual and kind of R&B, kind of rap. But I guess being a fan of K-pop, I don't think I have parang I'm not mapili when it comes to the songs I like. Kasi K-pop is such a diverse genre, right? So I guess my question to you is, what's your guilty pleasure song?
I have a lot, especially for a person who has different music tastes on different kinds of situation. I have a whole playlist. When I sad, I'm gonna listen to this playlist. Oh, when I'm happy, I'm gonna listen to this.
Oh, you're
playlist.
one of them?
But,
you listen to sad songs kapag you're sad talaga?
yeah, to let it all out, okay, just get over with.
And there's why?
I'm gonna, not that kind of crying, but
Hindi ka nag-walling. Hindi ka nag-walling again. You're not walling or anything, right?
the dramatic
yeah,
one,
yeah,
right?
right. It's
Oh
in
my
the
God.
shower, it's
If you know-
why?
No, I mean, I do cry on concerts, but I don't know.
Concerts
but, okay.
are a different thing. I can get the concert, right? But if it's in
Alone.
private, in your room, that parang it's with soju on the
It's
side.
my coping mechanism, okay?
Okay,
it's my
fine,
coping
fine.
mechanism.
Okay.
If I wanna let it all out, then I'm gonna listen to sad music.
Okay, fair enough.
To get in the feeling,
yeah.
okay, I'm sad. So,
I hear you.
okay, guilty pleasure. Okay, should we start with K-pop
Sure.
or the non-K-pop one?
Let's do
should
K-pop
we
then.
start with
Yeah.
K-pop? Ooh, I have a lot though. I think
Wolf by EXO.
no. No, you're gonna be surprised.
Okay. Yeah.
By EXO.
Mama?
Yeah. Recently, because I love actually typical debut song, right? But when you hear it, oh my God, this song is so weird. People would think about that. Oh, you want to listen to music, and if I play this on a car and with my friends or classmates, they're gonna think I'm weird. Careless,
yeah.
that kind of intro, right? But I think because becoming an EXO-Elle, I don't really appreciate their music more. So one day, I'm this kind of girl, but don't judge. But when I go to YouTube YouTube karaoke, because I do that kind of things too, and then I'm oh, Mama by EXO karaoke. Should I try this? Okay,
yeah.
let's go.
Yep.
And then I was so hyped up. So I think that's my guilty song for the K-pop side.
I can't
people would-
blame you. Back then, it was a grower for me. It was a grower for me.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I didn't like it at the start, But like
Yeah.
growing old with like K-pop and listening to K-pop and then going back to like something like Mama is
Mm-hmm.
a breath of fresh air because you don't get to listen to a whole lot of things like that nowadays. So
Yeah,
it's a bit
exactly.
nostalgic too, you know. It's like we're big in
Yeah.
nostalgia, things like that.
Like especially because like EXO is like obviously like their debut song, but they like release albums and songs from time to time, and then of course like I myself would listen to like the latest album, but sometimes we forgot the old album, so
Yeah.
like you want to go back. So like I've been yeah, Mama,
Hmm.
Mama for sure.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
that's really cool. Very understandable. How
yeah.
about non K-pop then?
Whew. Actually, I'm a One Direction fan. Before being in an EXO-L, I think
Hmm.
that's a like a canon event actually.
Yep.
But phew, I have a lot though, but I don't think people would hate this song. But One Direction, they don't know about us.
Mm.
They don't know about a thing. Yeah, that song. I think people would still judge like, oh, do you have someone? Like, do you have someone? Why do you like this song so much? I think because like I love this song because of the piano. Because
Hmm.
I play the piano,
Yeah, I
and
see
then
that.
like it's
Yeah.
so
Hmm.
catchy. Oh, you know,
Right there.
you know.
No, I just say like I
Oh,
see you right there. Yeah.
I haven't realized, but yeah,
Yeah.
I think One Direction they don't know about us, but because like people would judge, like, are you heartbroken? Like, do you have someone right now? Like, why are you listening to this song? Like,
Can I
but yeah,
just say, so what? If she has someone, so what?
yeah, like we have different music tastes. Like, if you don't like it, then don't
Yeah,
listen. Like,
exactly. Yeah. So
madali akong makausap.
yeah,
Like, what the
that's
heck?
true. Yeah. So yeah, like things like that, and it feels like there's just a lot of things, and like I said, when it comes to what we talked about before we started recording, is like you just
Mhm.
can't please everyone, and it is what it
True.
is. So
It is what it is.
guilty pleasure song. It's like I'm not even sorry about that. For my not for my K-pop song, like I love um no, I hate that song. I hate that other song too. No, that's there's
Oh
so
my god,
so I hate Kissing You by Girls'
kissing
Generation.
you.
However, oh, you should listen
Okay.
to that song. It's a horrible song.
Wait,
No,
I
it's not a
think I've
horrible
heard the
song.
song.
Yeah, cute.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
were bad invention and that. It's like it's a yeah.
Okay,
That's
we
it.
got that. Yeah.
So I used to hate that, but then it's like it kind of grew on me. So it's like, okay, it's not that bad, but it is like
Mm-hmm.
very, adolescent kind of sounding. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of
Yeah.
like it's weird
The
to listen to
Eggo.
now. Yeah, with Aegyo and everything. So
Yeah.
it's like kind of weird to listen to it now being like 32 years old. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't wouldn't really listen to like a song like that. But the standard kind of differed, or the standard kind of differs nowadays compared to back then,
Yeah.
where everyone, if you're like a certain age when it comes to K-pop, you should only play or perform these specific kind of genres, like when it comes to the songs.
Yes.
And now you have girl crush for like 17, 18, 19-year-old idols,
Mm-hmm.
and that's totally fine. Which is like I still think that it's still awesome, like regardless that
Yeah.
that the standard changes. So yeah, like just not a lot of stuff, but guilty pleasure. I would say "Kissing You" for the K-pop
Right.
song.
Sonshite.
Sonyashida, yeah,
Yes.
they are my ults. So anyway, speaking of ults,
Yeah.
we have this episode, and I want to welcome everyone back to the Kingdom Podcast, Season 5. My name is Yuki, and we have this episode here where we're speaking with ults, and I think our guest today, Elle, over here,
Hi.
probably is like when it comes to your ult, they are Hall of Famers in their own right. I feel that, to be honest with you, they're probably one of the best, if not the best, performers in a live stage. They
True.
are
With they sing live
they
all the
sing
time.
live all the time. They're amazing dancers. Their personalities are awesome. And it is just something else. And it's like you as a content creator that does content when it comes to EXO and things like that. And it's just a breath of fresh air to find someone that is still avidly and actively following a group that is near and dear to my heart. So
Aw.
it's really cool to have you on the show. Please welcome for the Kingdom Podcast Season 5. This is Elle over here. So thank
Hi
you
guys.
for, saying
No,
yes to
thank you
this.
for having me. No, thank you for having me. I would love to be on this podcast.
It's
Like
really it's
I've
really
listened.
cool that you're here. And yes, like EXO is really near and dear to my heart. There are a lot of there's a lot of highs and a lot of lows when it comes to following EXO as a group. And obviously, we're not gonna really dwell into all of those. Like we all know the stories, and we don't need to just
Everything happens on exoplanet, so I understand.
that's true. But yeah, so things like this where you're still actively creating content that is from like the third gen, even like considering like 2.5 gen 2.5, where this
Mm-hmm.
is EXO, one of the best groups of all time in K-pop, and actively, avidly, you're still doing content on them.
Yeah.
So
Like there's no problem actually like posting, especially like a group with that has influence in the K-pop industry. And I think like the assumptions of people like, oh, people your age stand fourth gen generation. Like people would be shocked. Oh, you stand EXO, but that's a third, almost like second gen. Like
yeah,
I don't think. Yeah. So yeah, I post it because obviously I want to share how much I love EXO and how much they have impact my life actually. And I did not expect actually to like have this large following on TikTok. And like like especially before here on the Philippines, like when you like K-pop before, people would judge you,
that's true.
right?
We've
Like
talked
people,
about this
so
in
like
length back then. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, and I was so young before, and then like I feel like people still judge people when they like K-pop, like, oh my god, you're oppa, you're Gangnam style, like like the kind of like I'll say this, like not bully, but like trying to
They are.
like make
No,
fun of
they
it, like
bully
they're
you. Yeah, they're bullies.
yeah. And then like since like at that time, like K-pop, it's 2016, but like I am as a young person, I was like 12 years old. I would share everything I love on the social media. So like I would like yap about EXO, and then obviously the next day when I go to school, like people would know like, oh, you're a fan of like K-pop, like that's so weird of you, like kind of things. Like so like I tend to hide my love for K-pop, sharing this content, because that is what I love doing, like sharing what I love. And then like I just realized like, oh, people do love the things I love too, and we can relate to each other. And because of that, I met a lot of EXO-Ls and friends. Like like I said, you cannot please all people. If they hate EXO or they hate K-pop, then okay,
It
we
is what
cannot.
it
If
is.
you want, if it is what it is. Like yeah. So like I share content for my love for EXO, cause like I want to share like, hey, like this is my old group. Like I love them so much. Like they have impacted my life, and then people tend to follow, comment, and all. And then from that, like I think that's when it started to grow. And then obviously, because like I realized K-pop was still not really in TikTok.
Hmm.
Like not like K-pop doesn't use TikTok at that time yet. And I realized like, oh, there's still no EXO content, not much of EXO content, and I wanna like share about EXO too. Like I wanna let them know that EXO exists from this pandemic and all. So like I think I posted about an EXO concert rating, because I've been
Okay.
to EXO concert
Yeah.
since I was 12. So I was like, oh, okay, this concert is like 10 out of 10. This concert 9 out of a 10. And then people were commenting like, oh, you're like an EXO-L. Like, oh my god, I miss EXO. So like, oh, okay, so this could be a big deal to like share and expose EXO more on the TikTok world. But nowadays I really love, because like there's actually people who content creators that also love EXO. So like I was like, okay, that's good. I really love like how people still love EXO from time to time and
Mhm.
share, like being their fan, like, hey, I still exist,
Yeah, for sure.
like
It is really refreshing. Like I said, it's something that not a lot of people nowadays create content revolving around EXO. It's mostly now,
yeah,
it's like, a general K-pop kind of content where not only
yeah,
EXO, but, groups like New
multi
Jeans, like
stands, I think,
multi-stands. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. So,
hmm
things like that. And to have someone that just like kind of mostly exclusively post about EXO is just something really refreshing for me, and it's really cool to to have you here on the show, and we'll get to that a little bit later on. But
Okay.
before we get to EXO, like I wanted to get to know you a little bit better, like
Oh,
before
okay.
that, and you know, obviously your name is Elle. You're 11 years old, and no, I'm kidding.
I am not 11 years old, guys.
No,
Don't
no,
believe
she's
him.
not. She's not. Yeah. So, you're of age, obviously. It's like and your name is Elle, but that's all I know of you. It's like, so who is Elle
Hmm.
behind? Like, apart from being the XOL that people love
Oh,
to watch. It's like, what do you
okay.
do with your everyday life? Are you, it's like just staying home? Are you working? Things like
Oh
that.
no.
So yeah.
Okay. I'm actually in my fourth year of college. I am graduating this year, and I took up
Shit.
the course. Yeah, I know, right? Like, oh my
Hectic.
God, like, am I
Oh.
really graduating right now? My course is nursing.
Oh
So,
yeah. Fucking A.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, nursing. So obviously when you take up course of nursing, if you want to be really like the registered nurse, you have to take the boards. So I'm also taking the boards this November. Oh my God, wish me luck.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
Wait,
so,
you're graduating this like June-ish? Things like that?
yeah, July, July.
Oh
I
no,
know.
good luck. Oh my gosh. Oh, I wish you well.
Oh my God, why?
No,
Like,
so
is it bad?
I tend to understand because I finished respiratory therapy. So I'm
Oh,
an RT. I'm not registered though. I didn't like take the boards because I felt
take
like,
boards. Okay.
yeah, I wasn't just, I wasn't super happy with the
Too much
course.
pressure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like I finished it and then yeah, whatever. It's like I went to media, so like I work in media now. So things
Mm-hmm.
like that. But yeah, I totally understand you and I totally get you, and it's just like what a horrible time to be a graduating medical student. Like it's just like I feel you 100%. The amount of work that we need to do as a graduating student in the medical
A
field.
lot of requirements. A
A
lot of
lot of
requirements.
requirements, a lot of memorizing, a lot of friggin' studying.
Schedules is packed right now, actually, because like I'm graduating and reviewing at the same time, and
Hmm.
also having my clinicals at the same time. So
Yeah, you're
that's why.
rotating too. So
Yeah,
I'm so impressed that you have this time. Kasi-
people would ask me actually, like how do you like like manage your time? You go on concert, you post contents about EXO and social media, and yet you're
you're
like
doing
like
clinicals.
having this pack. Yeah,
I don't know how you
and
do it
then
though.
no sleep, no
Because it
sleep.
never happened to me. Like when I was like, okay, I wasn't attending concerts back then because, Purita is real for me. So, no, I'm kidding. But yeah, like I just don't go a whole lot in with concerts. And primarily it was because when I was doing my clinicals, I was in the hospital 5 days of a
Hmm.
week. And then the
Same.
other 2 days will be in school.
Review.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, I was like I 2 days, like I think it was like a Wednesday and a Thursday na nasa school ako.
Mhm.
And then it was like from Friday to fucking Tuesday, I
Mhm.
was rotating and doing my clinicals in the hospital. So
It's tiring.
I am like full RT 7 days a week. So I don't
Oh.
even have time. Like, I'm even surprised I had time to date back then. It's like, so I feel bad for my ex. Kasi,
Oh my God.
well, I'm
Dating a
married.
pre-med.
Well, I'm married now, so like it's a different thing. But yeah, it's
Oh.
like it just like I couldn't imagine having even to squeeze time for hobbies like this. Like as a
Yeah.
fan, I don't know
Mhm.
how you do it. You're
I
graduating. What the fuck?
know. I know. Like I start imagine like I started also this TikTok content thing since first year of college. I know. Yeah, first
Yeah.
year of
Okay. Yeah.
college.
It's like 3 years
Like
now.
TikTok.
Almost 4 years.
Yeah. And like actually I had like a hiatus. Is that what you call it?
Hiatus. Yeah. Yeah. You stop. Yeah.
Like I stopped posting for like a year or like a year and a half. Not because like
Oh, that
oh
was
I
a
have no.
yeah. That was around the time that you were studying biology, anthropology, things like
Yeah,
that. For
like
sure.
I'm still
Hmm.
adjusting college life as well. And like I think third when I like third year, when I was like third year, like I had like some so much free time. So like I started posting again. And obviously, if you know, you know, EXO comes here in the Philippines individually most of the time,
Yeah.
because like they're focusing on their solo careers for now. So obviously I have to go.
Yeah.
I have to go. So like honestly speaking, EXO concert specifically keeps me going. Like especially like you're in this pre-med course and it could be draining. Actually, it's super
Very.
draining, it's super tiring, and you need like a breather, right? Like you need to like a life outside of the pre-med life. And I think EXO made
Are
that.
you are
Like
you
this
taking
content
medicine?
planning.
Shit.
Planning. Well, let's see my
L.
future
Oh
self.
my gosh, L. Oh my gosh, L.
Let's see.
Please.
But or I'm just gonna go with USRN. I'm still not sure. Like my life right now, it's really like unpredictable right now.
Hmm.
I am focusing to like pass the boards first before like thinking of like taking the NMAT or
Yeah,
like
yeah, for sure.
going
You should. One
abroad.
at a time. One at a time. Yeah.
Yeah, like
You'll
yeah,
get
that's
there, you know. It's
why.
like I'm confident you'll be fine, and I'm glad that we had this conversation. And like I said,
I
amazed how you
didn't
do
know
it.
like you had like pre med course before. I didn't know
Yeah,
about.
yeah, it sucked. I mean, it's like, look, don't get me
What?
wrong. Like, it's fulfilling helping out people. You know, when people like
Mhm, true.
patients you take care of.
It's the passion that
You know,
drives
yeah,
you.
yeah, exactly. It's the passion. It's helping people out that drives me. But sleepless nights. It's like like 16-hour shifts.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hell no. not, a, not a fan at all, man. It is
Like
insane.
that's so like really relatable because like my cousin, because like she wants to hang out with me, like hey, or like my friends, like hey, you want to hang out, like let's hang out, like I'm going home by blah 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 blah, and I was like, guys, I'm so sorry to tell you
Yeah,
this,
I can't.
I can't, I have duty on Monday, like when are you free then? I don't
I
know
don't know.
yet
Yep.
because like yeah, because like Monday to Friday, hospital duties. Saturday and Sunday is review. So like I have no time. So like people would be like, and my friends would be like, when will you be free? I
I
have no
don't
idea
know.
too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's more spontaneous, to be honest with you. Like back then, um, after my clinicals, so I used to do like a 3 to 11 shift. So like 3 p.m. to
Mm-hmm.
11 p.m. Immediately, diretso kami sa bar. It's like in my,
You're not
yeah,
tired?
look, no, I'm
Every
dead.
clinical's
I'm dead
I
inside.
shut down.
I'm dead inside.
Okay.
But like, shot. It's like, shot. I don't know.
But I
But
get it.
you
I
get
get
it,
it.
right? So like you
Yeah, I
need to have
get
like a
it.
social life, and my social
Yeah.
life are my co-interns. My social life are my superiors. You know, the
Mm-hmm.
staff nurses, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's like, oh, Dustin, you want a drink? It's like,
Sure.
uh, sure. It's like,
Like the FOMO.
yeah, the
The
FOMO,
FOMO.
exactly. Like you don't want to
Wow.
you don't want to
Yeah.
feel FOMO, right? So you
Yeah.
drink even though you're dead. You're like running in autopilot, but it is what it
Yeah.
is. You gotta drink,
It's
and
like you know, like I need to have social life too, like
yeah.
outside of pre med. Like, yeah, I
Then
actually
yeah,
believe
talk
that.
about the shitty doctors like rummaging around like the hospital, things like that. That's what we did.
True.
So yeah,
Yeah. We have to tolerate that too.
it's
It's
really
draining, but
it's yeah, it is
yeah.
what it is. Anyway,
Okay.
so yeah, let's talk about a little bit of EXO here. Uh, so EXO is obviously, like what I said, one of the groups that are near and dear to my heart. An amazing, amazing group of talented people. Um, but you, on the other hand, like there's just like a different level, obviously, when it comes to the love that I have for them compared to yours. I can say that,
Really?
yeah, for sure. I can say that you love them more than I do, like 100%,
Okay.
because I just follow them. You know, like I like their songs, I listen to their music, things like that. But I don't really
Mhm.
like invest time in attending their concerts or even like fucking, watching their
Updated.
social media, things like that. Um, but I know them. I know them individually. I know them by name, and they're special to my heart. But I wanted to
No, I'm
ask
not
you.
really like questioning your fan,
Oh
being a
yeah,
fan of EXO.
yeah. They're
You
they're
know.
amazing. They're amazing. It's like one of the best. But I wanted to ask you, like as a fan, why is it EXO for you? Why is EXO the ultimate group for you? Because there's a ton, and I'm pretty sure that you listen to a lot of other groups.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like obviously you like other groups' songs, you like their activities, things like that. But
Mm-hmm.
what was the reason like specifically, or what was the event na naranasan mo or you've watched when you said that shit, like they are my olds starting today. Like I cannot backpedal on this.
Okay. Actually, my followers know about the story because I tell them all the time during my lives or my videos. But actually, EXO is like the first K-pop group I knew. Just because, let me hear me out. Just because
Mm-hmm.
at that time, like I told you, I became a fan when I was like 12 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
My mom was a fan, and I wasn't. My mom was an
No
EXO-Elle.
way, really?
Yes.
Is your mom
So
still a
at
fan? Like, do you
yeah,
fangirl
we went to
together?
like channels together.
That's amazing. That's
I
awesome.
know. Coolest mom ever. Like I thank her for like thank you for like introducing me to EXO. I wouldn't be me right now without EXO.
Yeah, yeah.
Like literally. But at that time, I didn't say like I was a hater or something.
Mm-hmm.
But at that time, I was like an avid One Direction fan. And like if people knew, One Direction took their hiatus during 2016 too. Okay. So my mom was a fan. She obviously drives the car, so like she's in charge with the music,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
I have
Yeah.
no choice. I have no choice at all. So like I'll be in the front seat and she will play this K-pop thing. So I was like, ugh, K-pop.
Why?
K-pop. Like can we just like play like English music like One Direction?
Mm-hmm.
Like I was 12, imagine. And then one day, EXO went here on the Philippines for their first ever concert. Like is in the Philippines.
She had to bring
It
you.
was yeah, like Exolution. Yeah, Exolution during January.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mom was like, because like I think she does still have EXO-L friends at the time. So she was like, "Hey, EXO's coming here." I was like, "Why would I care?" Like,
Yeah.
okay,
I don't
then
care. Yeah.
and and she would say, "I want you to come with me," and I was like, "I don't even know them."
Why?
Like I don't even know them. Like, and she was like, "Girl, you know Chanyo. You know some of their music. I play them on the car all the time. Like, you know." And I was like, "Yeah, but I don't want to go. Like, I'm not a fan, and it's not my type." That kind of like mindset, because I was like, One Direction all the way. One Direction,
Mm-hmm.
yay! Because we would fight too. Like, One Direction is better than EXO, and she would like, EXO is better than One Direction. Like that kind of like duo with my
Yeah, like
mom.
that competition. Yeah, yeah, I get you.
Yeah, and then the typical. This is actually, I think it's a kind of event to like the moms behave, but they have a bargain, right?
Yeah,
She
yeah.
was like, okay, so this is this is like the bargain. I was like, yeah, I'm listening, and she was like, you would go with me in the concert, and I would buy you a One Direction album. Call, and I was like young, and I never had a One Direction
Obviously,
album ever.
you're gonna
I
say
was like,
yes. Yeah.
yes, all the way. And then so like I went to Exolution. I have like a little bit of like inside like oh so like EXO and this is some of their songs and this is Chanyeol. I only know Chanyeol at the
Mm,
time because my mom never stops talking about him because that's what's her it's her bias.
mm.
And like before K-pop style like the red checkered the relacoma like mask
Mm-hmm.
and then like the typical K-pop outfit before,
Yeah, yeah.
and I don't dress like that. And she was like, you should dress like a K-pop. So she dressed me like a K-pop fan. And I was like, my phone case was Harry Styles. My wallpaper was Harry Styles. And she was like, you have to change that. And I was like, no, like why would I change that? Like, no, you have to change your phone case and your phone wallpaper. I was like, fine. All I do for like
For
One Direction and
for today, yeah.
for the album, yeah. So she went with me during Exolution, and you know how K-pop production concerts are different from like the Western
Amazing,
ones.
amazing.
And imagine that was my first time too. So like Exolution, like the lights and like they have these costume changes and like different like dancing and all. And I was imagine my mom have this ticket VIP standing. She
Mm.
brought her 12-year-old daughter in a VIP standing pit, and
It's
I was so
horrible.
short.
It was
I
horrible.
was
Yeah.
so young and I was so short, but like I still enjoyed because like there's like the big screen, right? So I still see that, and then like I actually enjoyed it. Like oh, okay, they're good. They're singing live, like they're like like they're so talented. And then like I told you, like I only know Chanyeol, like whatsoever. Like yeah, I know Chanyeol because my mom like she it has like she has poster with his faces on
Is she a
it. So
channel
yeah,
bias? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
super.
Mm.
And then there's like this segment of Baekhyun. He was playing the piano, and I was like, "Who's that guy?
Mm.
Who's that guy? He looks so cool. Like
So
he's good at
buggy.
singing, he's good at dancing, he's good at piano. Like who is he?" So like after the concert, like a typical 12-year-old yapping to her mom, like, "Oh my god, it was so cool. Like I like the production. Like I like the guy who like the piano thingy and all." After that, like we went home, like like the concert. It was my first ever concert, so I never stopped talking about it. And then at the time, One Direction had their hiatus now, so like I have no content. Like I was so sad too. And then my mom was like, "Hey, I have EXO contents on my HD. You wanna watch?"
Yeah.
Like something like that. I was like, okay. So she made me watch EXO Showtime, and
Oh yeah. Wow, what a good one. Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
like oh my god, I was like, these guys are so funny. Like they were so cool on stage, and they're like this too. Like they're like the duality and
Yeah.
all.
It's very
And
kenkoi.
then yeah, so like after like watching their contents, I started to search on YouTube. I started to search on Google and started to know who's who. I was like, like it's typical K-pop. Like oh my god, I don't know this name. Like I still confused with Suho and Baekhyun. Like they look the same. Like kind
That's true.
of like
That's
that
true.
kind of
Yeah, I had
yeah.
the same thing too back then. Yeah.
Right?
Mm-mm.
Like when you were like starting to know the members, it's still hard. Like like
Plus, there are like
EXO has like
there's like 11 members, so it's kind of
yeah,
difficult to kind of
so, like it's so difficult.
differentiate them. Yeah.
Yeah. And then by May, if you know, Baekhyun's birthday was May
Yep.
6th. And I think I really like realized like, oh, I'm gonna stand this group forever is May 6th because I realized like, oh, I love Baekhyun and I love EXO. I love their contents. They're so talented. Like I actually wanna like be a fan of this group. So yeah, I became a fan on May 6th. So like I think
Aw.
yeah, like it's almost like 9 years from now, right? It's April now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So
almost 9 years. Yeah. May 6.
yeah, and then like I said, like typical, like I was not really like educated enough. Like, oh, they do training. I thought you're just gonna become a celebrity out of nowhere,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I see like clips of them singing, dancing at the same time, and then you have Chanyeol, you have Baekhyun. They play instruments. Like, what is the things that they can do? Like, they're so talented
Mm.
and they're so funny. And I was like, I'm gonna stand this group. That's it.
That, that that's
That's my own.
that's the icing on the cake right there. And I feel like
Yeah, I was like,
I can't really blame you a whole lot when it comes to this. Like, and a lot of these like a lot of the listeners of the podcast tend to gravitate towards the newer groups, and that's totally understandable. Like new groups are just amazing as well. They are, and I said this like back then upon debut. And on average, the newer groups are leaps and bounds better than Gen 3 and Gen 2 were as rookies. Like as rookies, these newer groups are just already amazing. And
they were
like
so young too.
and
They
yeah.
debuted so young.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And like, nothing like props to the newer groups because you guys are such a talented bunch of people.
true.
But like people like EXO,
You
these
can't outdo the
it's
doer.
like it's like it's just so different. It's just so stark. And they were already monster rookies when they debuted. Um
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously they debuted with one of the worst songs of all time. But it apart from that, like
Mm-hmm.
Ururong ever
They were
since
named like SM's worst project at the
yeah.
time. Cause
And
like
I can't
when did
blame
SM?
people. I can't blame people by saying that because they debuted with
Yeah.
Wolf. Like, imagine, like, they even, as members, they didn't even like the song that they had to record it in such a horrible way
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. I
so
heard the
that they
recording.
don't debut with Wolf. Can you
Yes, I
imagine,
remember.
like, sabotaging
But they
your
had
own
no choice because
debut?
they want to debut. Like, oh
Yeah.
my god, yeah. Oh my
You know
god, those
what
were the
caught me?
days.
You know what caught me? What was so horrible? And I can talk about this because please, like I'm a big fan of EXO. No hate on EXO, not
Mm-hmm.
at all. And I'm talking to an EXO-Elle for crying out loud. So I'm about to say this. It's like
Okay.
what caught me is the It's like it's so bad. It was so
It's so
bad,
weird.
ill. Yeah, I know
Weird.
you're being diplomatic about it because you love them, and I love them. It's
Mhm.
just on a different level. But like
Yeah.
you're being diplomatic about it, and I totally understand where you're coming from. But I guess being
Mhm.
the douchebag that I am, being the prick that I
No,
am,
it's
like
okay.
it's
I think the same. I would think the same.
it's
Like
so
obviously it's not the
bad.
typical
Oh,
music. It's not your typical music. That's why like people would like how to say this react to that. Like
chogi
the like
wa.
but
Oh my god.
but that chogiwa that joke never
Yeah, it
stops. The
never
chogiwa
stops. Yeah,
joke.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's it.
But yeah,
And I
the
feel
boys
like
work hard
it's like
then.
when they
Back
debuted,
then,
it's like it's all
Red
up here,
was June.
uphill
They
from
had to work
here.
harder.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like we can't.
They had to work harder.
They had to work,
But
and
then
but then
okay.
happened, and then fucking
The
amazing.
nation song.
One of the best songs of K-pop, in my opinion, is Growl. One of the best, in my
Ooh,
opinion. Yeah. So and like
so
that
catchy.
kind of like sort of one take video for the music video is just amazing. Uh, I was a big like I ever since Growl I was hooked with EXO. Obviously, like I'm a
Oh, so you
Kai.
you became a fan before me.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I was already
Yeah.
like I was a fan since Growl. But
Mm-hmm.
I had high hopes when Wolf and Mama happened. But
Oh, okay.
like
You see
obviously,
the potential.
yeah, it's like there's potential here. It's an SM group, so
True.
obviously they're all gonna be beautiful people. They're all gonna sing really well because it's SM.
Yes. That's
But
yeah.
yeah, it's like they really had potential, but I can't stop hating on them because of that debut. It's just like it's so bad. It's like oh my gosh, they
At least
have
it's
to.
over. At least it's over.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like
Like
like that was years ago, leagues ago. So yeah, it's like I don't mind it now. Since they've like they've done and conquered almost everything in the entertainment aspect.
and I salute them for
Oh
that.
yeah, for sure. Like they've been like such a like a a paramount of like of K-pop. They're up there. They're in
Mm-hmm.
the higher echelons of K-pop. What's left for EXO to do?
For me.
Yeah, for you. It's like, what do you
Like
still like to see from them? Because they've done it. Like, they've sang, they danced, they've done variety shows, they've done solo
mm-hmm.
activities. So it's like, and they've
Mm-hmm.
won awards. So, like, there's a lot of things that they've already done. And probably a lot of people would tend to say that, they're
Oh,
at,
they're over.
yeah, they're at the end of their time. And like,
Yeah.
in a way, in a weird kind of way, it is kind of true. They have peaked. At least for me, like as a fan, I can honestly say that they've peaked. And
Mm-hmm.
this is it. Like, and there I don't think there's like I'm not saying that it's downhill from here. It's just that, this is their peak. They are very
Yeah.
relevant in the industry. They are legends of the industry. They've done it all. So I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
ask you, like, is there anything left for EXO to do for you?
For me, actually, like especially seeing EXO right now, like they started this like solo careers during their military because they had military, right? So like while
Yeah.
the members like are serving, some of the members were like focusing on their solos, and I love them for that because like each member needs to see like people should know each member has like different and unique styles. Like they should be appreciated more, not just like the group brand, like making their own name, and I'm really so proud of them actually for doing that. For like group, how to say this, like as a group, especially right now that what's going on right now, um especially like we couldn't really predict what's gonna happen, but for me, I think I can speak for all the XOLs here. XOLs, okay? Not
Mm-hmm.
not like not like a solo stand, not or whatsoever,
Yeah.
but as an XOL, as a like
The
a
fan
group
of
of
a group.
EXO,
Mm-hmm.
we just wanted the boys to be happy, to be honest. Like if it's draining you and if it's like not really happy, you're not really happy what you're doing right now, we accept that. But like I think knowing EXO, like they've been together for so long. They've been for like 13 years, and I think cuz like people would like say, "Oh, like the members hate each other, especially that what's going on right now.
Yeah.
They hate each other. Like they're just like having this fake facade for the public to see." And I was like, considering being together for 13 years, do you think they hate each other? Right? And I was like, I could think like maybe because like I trust EXO at this moment, especially with the issues going on right now. At the end of the day, EXO-Ls just want the best for the boys. We want them to be happy. We want them to be comfortable. We want them to like like if you think it's over, then it's over, and if you think it's still like you want to go on, then go on because we're still here. We're still here to like to support you.
Mhm.
We're still here to listen to your music, like But at the end of the day, I all I could think of is like I need to trust them. Like trust them. I know it's hard right now. I know like you're like doubting. Like there's like some doubts, there's some like back thoughts like oh my god, is this going to be over? Is this going to be the end now? Like, like I've seen tweets on could I say Twitter? Can I say Twitter here?
Yeah, of
But
course.
I seen tweets there and they were like if EXO is gone, I'm gone in K-pop for good too. And I agree with that, especially like, knowing EXO. Like yeah, I can listen to other groups but nothing competes to EXO actually. Like but right now since Sehun is still in the military, he's like the last member
Hmm.
to be in the military. So like I think when he goes out, um,
There
like
might be a
people would
comeback.
really feel like,
Hmm.
yeah, like come back, oh T9, come back, come on, like whatsoever. But like not pressuring the boys as well, because like people would pressure them, like, come on, like we need the comeback now, like we need the EXO comeback, like and like knowing like, hey, you don't know what's going behind closed doors. We don't know like what's going on. Like maybe they want to do it, but somehow there's some things that are like like stopping them from doing it. Because like especially like EXO members, I've seen their interviews and they really said like we wanna perform as a group. We wanna like I miss the members. I wanna perform with them again. I wanna like hold a concert again and all. And considering on TikTok, I've seen since I posted like EXO. I'm gonna like going like I'm so excited for EXO Planet 6 like for an EXO concert,
Hmm.
and a lot of fans were commenting and they were like, I was a fan of EXO when I was younger and I couldn't afford the concert tickets, but now I'm an adult and I can afford the tickets. So like so everyone is still anticipating for them. They're still waiting for them to come back. So like there's still hope for EXO at the end of the day. So yeah, all we could do is like trust the process. Don't pressure EXO. If they want to do it, they would do it. If they wanted to, he would.
Hmm.
Like the
Yeah.
code, like if he wanted to, they would or whatsoever. So yeah, like thinking about it, all I could do is trust them. Trust the process. It could be hard, it could be so long, but patience. Patience. We need
Let's
to
say
trust the boys on this.
let's say they end tomorrow though. As long as they're
Oh,
happy. What if they say
yeah, as
like
long as they're
if they're
happy.
happy but we gotta end it tomorrow? Would you accept that?
Whoa. Oh my god, imagining it.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. But like knowing, being their fan and we're like, oh, it's gonna be the end tomorrow. I think, obviously, normally what a fan would
Obviously
feel
that'll be
sad.
heartbroken, yeah.
Yeah, heartbroken. Like One Direction. Anyways,
Mm. Mm.
like but like like at the end of the day, like I said, at the end of the day, if they want to be like, if it's their choice, it's their life. If they don't want to be together, then don't. But I still think that there's still hope. There's still hope. They're just like, how I say this, they're like like making processes and trying to find other ways to perform as a group again. So yeah, if EXO is gonna end tomorrow, cry, heartbreak, sad playlist playing in the background,
Walling
and
walling sa shower. Oh, fuck. Why?
yeah, and then like if like I think if they would end, I think they would do some kind of speech and
Mm.
explanation why would they want to end, and I will support their decision on that. If they want to be happy, if you're unhappy right now because of like the situations right now, like if you don't want to do it, then don't.
Yeah.
Like you can still shine. Like without the group name or with like still EXO is still part of their life. It's gonna be part of their life no matter what. So yeah, I'm gonna support them no matter what. So see you in Exoplanet 6 if there is one.
I mean, hoping for the best, right? Like, with their 13th year, it's their 13th year this year, so we have like less than
Mm-hmm.
2 years for their 15th, which is like a monumental
Ooh,
event. So
yeah.
hoping like they do a comeback, even just like a song comeback, not even a full album for
Mm-hmm.
the 15th. That's really awesome to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah,
But
that would be great.
yeah, it's a bit different right now, and it's a bit wonky when it comes to the
Mm-hmm.
current situation with CBX and things like that. So,
Mm-hmm.
but it is what it is. Like it's just like we can't really. And I like what you said when you say trust the boys. They will
Yeah.
deliver in some shape or form, and like
Mm-hmm.
these are men already. These are men that one of them is
Knows.
even like with a kid now, like
Yeah.
so this is yeah, it's just a bit difficult as a fan to deal with things like this, obviously, and I can't blame a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people when they say that I'm done with
Everyone was
K-pop.
fighting
Yeah,
in this fandom
because
right now.
yeah. So I can't really blame people when they say like I'm done with K-pop when
Mm-hmm.
they disband, and in your own right,
Mm-hmm.
because it is what it
I
is.
would too.
EXO is you're old.
I would too.
No, yeah, like I totally get you 100%. But yeah, it's rough times right now. And
Mm-hmm.
hopefully it
Hugs
gets
to all
better.
EXO-Elles right
Yeah,
now.
hopefully like
Because
it
I
gets
think
better.
we need that each other.
For sure. Speaking of something that will not end tomorrow, so L, the Kingdom Pot,
Mm-hmm.
like this is our episode. I wanted to thank you again for appearing on the show.
Thank you so much for having
I
me.
I
It
wanted
was
to
an honor.
no, really cool for you to do this. Let's do it again soon sometime, not
Sure.
like talk about some other
You
groups,
would let me guess
Yeah, why not?
in your
It's like when you're
podcast
free.
again?
It's like if you're not reviewing or doing clinicals and stuff, like we can
Mm-hmm.
talk.
Yeah.
We can exchange like contacts and stuff so that we can
Socials. Yeah, okay.
continue talking.
Yeah, you can.
But yeah, like can I like let
I'm
me ask you
open.
to to invite the audience on where to find you. Please
Oh.
land us your socials here.
So I am It's El Gwyneth on TikTok. You can follow me there. I post EXO contents and my fangirling life there. You can also follow me on Instagram. It's l.gwyneth. So I don't post I don't
She
post
doesn't
usually
post
on
a lot.
Instagram.
Yeah, that's true. It's like
Don't. I don't, but I post some stories from time to time. I could still yap there for EXO,
mhm.
so you could still follow me there. And aside from that, you can also follow my YouTube channel, which I still have to work on. But yeah, you can follow me on my YouTube channel because I think I'm gonna post again for like contents and all. So thank you so much for having me in this podcast. It's
Really.
an honor, Yuki.
Thank
Like
you, Al.
I was
Yeah.
so shocked when you messaged me like, "Hey, we want you in this podcast." Like, oh my god, someone actually wants me to be in their podcast, and it's one of my bucket lists. So it's checked now.
Yep, that's it. Yep, I got
Yeah.
that. It's like Pride on Me is like once Elle goes big, like super big, like on TikTok and everything. It's like, oh man, I guessed her on the show, and she'll be back really soon. So
Thank you
yeah,
so much.
you can find her on YouTube. It's at yours truly Elle. Check
Really,
out her
yeah.
her YouTube channel there. So that's the show. I appreciate you hopping in. Thank you so much, and yeah, we'll
having me.
see you again, guys, for the next one. Peace, everyone. Bye.
Hi, annyeong.
The Kingdom Podcast is brought to you by the Kingdom Podcast creative team. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at the Kingdom Pod PH. All episodes are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Thanks for listening to the show, and see you next time.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.